You've built up your kitchen towel collection, but do you know how to maintain it? I have several tips for working on those stains and making them look new, and stick around for the last one because you probably never tried it. Come on over. Making guests feel welcome, one home at a time. When you have a stain, now this is not a big stain, but you can see it's kind of an orange-brown stain, probably a fruit or pasta stain, pasta sauce stain. Your first action should be Dawn detergent. You just want a tiny drop. Put it in there, work it in. Really, just work it in with your hands. You don't necessarily want to use a scrub brush and scrub it, but work it in, let it sit there for a bit, and then listen to me on this one. You must rinse out that Dawn detergent. This is for dishes. It is not for laundry. It has a sudsing ability, which you do not want in your washing machine. So make sure you do rinse it out. Now let's say you do that and it's still not out. Or let's say that you just don't have any Dawn. Boop, there it goes. Instead, you could use OxiClean. This is oxidized cleaner. It's a wonderful, wonderful stain. In fact, it says attack tough, dried stains, which is on this towel. So you would just spray it on here and throw it into the wash. Now, when you throw it into the wash, and you're not gonna like this, folks.
Maybe, maybe not.
You need to use the hottest water you can for dish towels, which means you probably should not wash them with anything else. Just do a load of towels or your heavy-duty dish towels and use the hottest water possible with your detergent. At that point, you can see if it's gone. If it's not, try it again. Or if it's a colored towel like this, and you don't want to use a bleach, a pure bleach. We do not use chlorine bleach in the Come On Over house. Too much room for error. So we use the Clorox 2, and this is specifically formulated for colors. It says right on there, for colors. I use this all the time. Removes 50% more stains, and that is the truth. You can treat it right on the stain with this Clorox 2. You don't have to rub it in. You can. Sometimes I just, rub it in like that. Throw it in hottest water possible. If it's a blood stain,
should I be concerned about you?
You could use 3% hydrogen peroxide. When I saw that it came in a spray bottle, I was delighted. I garden a lot, and I do have gardening towels out there. And so I might get stabbed by a rose, or I might get a cut from a thorny bush, and I use the towel, and then I spray this hydrogen peroxide right on it. You can watch the blood stain bubble up. And maybe while you're cooking, you slice a finger and you grab the nearest towel and you need to get a blood stain out. This is what I recommend. Now, if you're treating a linen towel, I love this towel. It's the one I use to dry my crystal glassware. It works like a charm. I mean, there's really no better towel in my house than this 100% linen towel, but it can get stained. You can see I've used it quite a bit. So it does have some white on here, and that has been stained before. So I treat that like I just explained with a number of these, and then I wash it. And because I washed it in the hot water, I do not want to dry it in a hot dryer. I know what you're thinking. If I don't dry my towels in the hottest setting, they will never get dry.
Thought never crossed my mind.
Yes, they will. You'll just have to hang them to dry, which is what I do with my linen towels. Now, sometimes I do pre-dry these or dry them very lightly on a low setting in the dryer just to get a lot of that really heavy water out. And then I will just hang them over the washer lid or on a drying rack and let them dry the rest of the way. What you don't want to do is dry them on high heat and keep shrinking them, shrinking them, shrinking them. Linen will shrink way down and be less effective. So don't dry them on high heat. Cotton towels though, just go for it. Now this tip is exceedingly important. You should never, ever wash your kitchen towels with clothing. Now I'm going to back up just a little bit on that one and say sometimes I will throw in my gardening clothes with garden towels, and I might throw in a kitchen towel that looks like this, Jimmy's favorite towel, because this towel could not look any worse than it does now. So occasionally I break my own rule. But if you have a towel like this or a linen towel, this is not the time to throw them in with your clothing. And here's why. You have a lot of oily, greasy, bad stains and smells on your kitchen towels. You do not want to transfer that onto your clothing. I know what you're thinking. It's in the washing machine. It's got detergent. It should be fine.
That makes sense to me.
No, it won't be fine, because sometimes the detergent doesn't help you in ways you think it does. If you put too much detergent in your washing machine, that detergent actually traps things on your clothing. So we don't want to do that. If something gets trapped in a kitchen towel, and if it's a really nice one and you can't get the stain out, that might just become a not nice towel that you'll use for cleaning. That's okay. But if it gets trapped in your favorite sweater or your favorite blouse or your favorite leggings or your favorite item of clothing, whatever that is, and you can't get it out, you cannot use that for something else now. So keep them separate. You'll thank me for that later.
Thanks, I guess.
Now let's say you've done all of this. You have dawned it. You have oxidized it. You have bleached it. You've even tried, in desperation, hydrogen peroxide, 3%, and you still have a stain. You have two choices. One, you can just use it for something else. I have not been able to get the stain out of this towel. I have one more option, and that is when it is still wet from the washer, so it's clean, but it's wet, I can put it in the sun. Sun is a natural stain remover. You are bleaching the towel. Now it needs to be a white towel or a white spot on this towel, but I could lay this in the sun. Now I grew up on a farm and we used the clothesline for sheets and towels, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. When you live in town, it's a little more difficult. But if you have a deck or you have a patio and you can put this out there to sun bleach it, you will find that may do the trick. So I would try that before you give up in desperation. Just give it a try, see if it works.
I'll give it a try.
Now you may be wondering, how long can a kitchen towel be used? In this house, with all the cooking we do, I generally only use a towel like this one day. And that would be breakfast, lunch, dinner. This is the towel, and then I toss it into the laundry. Now we have a lot of kitchen towels.
I know, shocking.
If you don't cook as much as we do, I would say to at least change it every 2 days, because little hands, dog noses, kitty paws, all kinds of things will touch this towel, and you may not want that on your countertop for very long. Every 2 days. And you may be wondering, well, if I change it out every 2 days, how long can I keep that towel? The answer online is every 2 years, but I want to ask you, does this look like it's any more than 2 years old? I will tell you this is probably 20 years old. This is the cleaning dish towel, and I say use that dish towel as long as you want to. If it's clean, it smells clean, it looks clean, and you don't have company, just keep using it. If you're no longer wanting to use it in the kitchen, you can move it out to the garage and it can help you out there. And finally, let's say you've done everything we've talked about and there is still a bit of a sour or musty odor to the towel. It's tricky when that happens because you have cleaned this towel, you have dried this towel. There's probably fragrance in both your detergent and in your dryer sheet, and it still smells. What can you do? Old-fashioned tip here. You can take the stinky towels and put them into a big vat of water and boil those towels 5 to 7 minutes. Get in there, stir them with your wooden spoon or your ladle or some sort of serving spoon. Get them going and let them hard boil. The water in your washing machine is not boiling hot. The water on your stovetop is. So boil them, take them out. I would also recommend putting them out in the sun to help them dry and smell better, and then give them another sniff test. If they smell fresh, you're good to go. If they don't, it's time to throw that towel away or move it to the garage. And if you do decide to throw it out, that just means you have another opportunity to add to your collection. that allow you to buy a new kitchen towel. Was that stupid? I had a little bit of a crazy look there at the end, but that's okay.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.